You've been here. You've been here a long time. It seems like the mayor's sticking up for you, also.
Well, he's sticking up in the sense that he has said before the press that he wants me here. The governor has said he wants me here, but what are they going to do about it? Aside from say, I think at this point the director does not want us here. They want to make as much money as they can. The director of the BRC, my landlord, and he has his board of directors are behind him. We're in court. We had an eviction notice because our lease was up 31st of August, and we're determined to fight to try to stay here. And my attorney, who's very capable, has quite a few ideas, and so it's going to be a battle in court. And as far as that goes, that's all I know. I mean, that's because he doesn't want to be bothered with somebody who gives him the rent I give him.
This space seems much better suited for this purpose than what they could ever use it for.
Well, they're not going to use it. They're going to rent it. I pay 19 and a half. I've been willing to give him a raise, a much bigger raise, as much. I think he wants 2.5 to 3 times as much. He won't even negotiate. And there are companies that will do that.
If worse comes to worse, are you going to relocate somewhere new?
Well, I intend to keep going, sure. I've been offered places in Las Vegas through the mayor's office. There, the mayor's office is very active in pursuing me. Been offered a place in Toronto, offered a place in Miami, offered a place in Tokyo. I mean, look, almost 32 years. I mean, this is, you say homeless, we'll be homeless. 32 years. And it started here. And I think I'm from New York. I was born in New York. And I lived in New York most of my life. You know, when you think of how many thousands and thousands have played here, they've gone off and said, yeah, we played CB's, the sound was great, everybody treated us as if we were somebody, you know, and they're easy to get to. I mean, we can't hide from anybody, we're right here. So, I think it's rather important cultural thing, not only music but cultural for us to stay here. And I should imagine that the mayor, and maybe he's thinking of it, I don't know, would really think hard of getting Mr. Rosenblatt and me, which I'm willing to go to the table and figure out how to make it work for us, how to make it work for them. And anybody who has any, there's ideas, but who can exert any influence on the powers to be, I'd appreciate it. I don't know what else to do. I'm trying to, the last few weeks, get a meeting with him, with the mayor. A couple of weeks anyway. And I'm going to keep pressing it. I'm not going to say anything bad. I just want to explain myself, what I contemplate.
Maybe from this broadcast, people will make phone calls and write letters and make sure that happens.
If the letters are written, somebody with some kind of influence, seems to me, he's gotten tens of thousands of letters, I assure you. But somebody with more influence than that has to get in touch with him.
Any comments about the disaster relief down in New Orleans?
The disaster in New Orleans, boy. this is a whole, this is a disaster last few years, isn't it? New Orleans, well, I don't know.
Do you think?
I think it's a gross miscalculation on a lot of people. How would I know being here? I mean, it's easy to say, well, it's the government, it's federal government, it's the state, it's this. I know, just me watching it on CNN, which boasts that more people watched it on CNN, I got the impression they talked about the flooding a little bit, but they said it was over. After the winds hit, they said, oh, winds are past, they're now going up north. I think the news media has this part to blame, because I think they gave the impression to a lot of people that I guess nothing happened. But the fact is that, you know, everybody is to blame in a way, because there are experts who said that flooding is going to be a bad thing, and I think, of course, the one probably thing that happened was in the last 4 or 5 years, they took away a lot of the structure that started, that was going to build up the land and the marshlands, which would have stopped so much flooding. That was stopped. I mean, they cut 70% of this and 90% of that, and I think unfortunately we have a government today that really, I guess you'd say, poo-poos the environmental problem. They think it's not serious, and so, you know, people are going to find out, well, they thought, well, people are going to find out 5, 10, 20 years later. They're going to find out now. We're finding it out. There are a lot of little things that happen, and we really have to be more aware. But is that going to change politics? I don't know. It's a shame that we have this wonderful united country that's so disunited in getting together and making things happen. I used to love, you know, interesting in politics. I don't know. Now it's very discouraging. Very discouraging.